Alan was right. So there, we don't have to do the class anymore. We proved that Alan was right. Sorry. So Shnei R, we're trying to connect that phrase to the fact that he says two main opposing rivers. Rivers would be Nahar, and certainly this could be a transcription error or a typological error, or this could be an elision of the word Nahar into R. And it might be a misinterpretation. It might be not be two main opposing rivers, but two main opposing cities, Shnei Ir.
But then why wouldn't you put it in brackets for the opposing rivers? That's
because we've got so if it was meant to say two opposing cities, not two opposing rivers, then Shnei Ir is
the rivers
like
might be a typo
Shin
also.
R.
Yeah.
So we don't know which word is wrong here. We can't find a derivation of this derivation in Balaturim or any of the other Mefarshim. So we'll assume that.
What does Uncle say for Shinar? Or does he say Shinar?
I don't have it in front. But in any case, so what we're going to see is that again, this concept of the land, the country of Shinar, is yet again bigger than the region of Kalnei, and as his territory gets bigger, so his distance from personal responsibility or being somebody who is not an egoist gets farther. And we'll remember that one of the things that we try to say is that when we look at any sentence in Torah, we almost always have two halves, a beginning half that ends in an etnachta and a second half that ends in the sof pasuk. And in general, when we look at the two, they are different ways of viewing a similar situation, and that's why they're put together, with the part in the first half and in the etnachta being perhaps the higher or more heavenly directed thought, and the second half after the etnachta being the lower or more earthly thought. So when we see at the first half of the pasuk that Nimrod has to deal with local populations, he has to deal with people one-on-one and convince them that way, that's a much more personal way of relating. And then the movement gathers momentum, and it becomes a much more egotistical grab for power versus a person-on-person trying to build something. So we have, again, the higher thought being in the first half of the sentence and the lower half being in the second half of the sentence. We're going to notice when we read the sentence with the pauses emphasized that the word, so the Bavel, the first city that's important, is going to stand out by itself. Erech, the first the next major city, is again going to stand out by itself. Achad and Kalnei, the region, is going to stand out. Be'eretz, in the land of, or on land, is going to be standing alone, separate from Shinar, because he's going to have conquered that, and he's going to be looking out at the rest of the world from that spot. So just let me read, and then you'll make your comment. Vatehi Reshit Mamlachto Bavel V'erech Yachad V'chalnei V'eretz Shinar. Go ahead.
I always thought Babel, maybe that's because I'm looking today, but Babel is a city or a country?
Babylon.
No, yellow.
Is it?
Sorry.
So I believe it's both.
Like when we say
Yeah.
Babel Paras,
It started as city-state, right?
Yeah.
All these places started as city-states, and then they just expanded their borders as they went.
So, so Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Kalnei are in Eretz Shinar? Is it like Toronto, Ontario, Canada? What?
So
Bless you.
we tried to define here that Bavel, Erech, Akkad, and Kalnei are all cities,
Right.
and Erech and Akkad are all cities. Kalnei is a province, and Shinar is a country.
And what's Babel again? So Babel.
A city.
So Babel, Erech, and Akkad